In the radiant glow of a June morning in 2024, Buckingham Palace stood as a monument to tradition, its golden stonework shimmering under a cloudless sky, its iconic gates framed by the vibrant energy of a swelling crowd. The air was crisp, filled with the scent of freshly cut grass, the polish of a ceremonial brass, and the faint buzz of anticipation as tourists gathered for the changing of the guard. The cans of a military band echoed, their notes sharp and proud, signaling the start of the parade. Among the scarlet-clad Queen's Guard, Corporal James Hartley marched in perfect step, his bearskin cap steady, his rifle gleaming, his blue eyes scanning the crowd with a vigilance forged in the crucible of war. Then, a subtle signal. A boy's small hand, fist to palm, cut through the ceremonial splendor. A silent cry for help that stopped the parade and changed everything. For those of you who've lived through the trials of conflict, the quiet pride of service, or the fierce instinct to protect the innocent, the Queen's Guard are more than symbols of pageantry. They're a testament to duty, as enduring as the values you've held through decades of sacrifice, like the memory of a wartime rescue, the honor of safeguarding a child, or the courage to act when danger lurks in plain sight. But when Hartley broke protocol to save a boy named Oliver, his bravery would halt a royal tradition, spark a movement, and redefine the meaning of duty. Why did he risk it all for a child's signal? Subscribe now to uncover the truth behind his courage, and join us in celebrating stories of heroism that shine beyond the palace gates. Corporal James Hartley was a man carved from resilience, his lean frame and steady hands bearing the invisible scars of 10 years in the British Army, from the sun-scorched valleys of Afghanistan to the volatile streets of Yemen. At 22, his weathered face, framed by a jaw set with determination, carried the weight of battles fought and lives saved. His short brown hair, barely visible beneath his bearskin cap, was flecked with early gray, a silent marker of nights spent under fire, of moments when survival hinged on instinct. Hartley had comforted children caught in crossfire, shielded families from mortar blasts, and led patrols through landscapes where every shadow hid a threat, earning a mention in dispatches for his valor. A citation he kept folded in a drawer, its words rarely spoken. His scarlet tunic and towering cap marked him as a Queen's Guard. But beneath the ceremonial splendor was a soldier whose creed, protect all, always had been forged in the chaos of war and carried to the heart of London. To you, who may recall the call to act, perhaps rushing to help a stranger in distress, comforting a child lost in a crowd, or standing firm against a threat, Hartley's resolve might resonate, a testament to the duty to see danger where others see routine, to act when others hesitate. That June morning, the palace grounds were a vibrant mosaic, alive with the chatter of tourists, the laughter of children clutching miniature flags, and the hum of tour guides weaving tales of royalty. Families posed for selfies, their smiles bright against the palace's grandeur, while pensioners from Cornwall swapped stories of past visits, their voices warm with nostalgia. A group of school children, their teacher in a bright green coat, pointed excitedly at the guards, their notebooks filled with sketches of bearskin caps. The band's cans swelled, the parade beginning with the precision of clockwork, the guards marching in unison, their boots striking the ground in a rhythm that echoed through centuries. Hartley marched at the flank, his posture flawless, his eyes sweeping the crowd, his training a constant pulse, scan, assess, act. In Afghanistan, he'd learned to read fear in a glance, to spot danger in a crowd, skills that saved his squad from ambushes, that pulled a boy from rubble seconds before a collapse. Now, in the heart of London, those instincts flared, his gaze settling on a boy standing apart from the festive throng. He was about 8, his dark hair tousled, his gray hoodie oversized, his posture tense, as if braced against a storm. Oliver, Hartley would later learn his name, stood beside the man. Dr. Richard Harris, whose hand gripped the boy's shoulder with a force that made Hartley's gut twist. Harris, in a tailored suit, wore the polished smile of a professional, a doctor. His badge proclaimed, but his eyes were cold, his grip possessive, his body angled to block Oliver from view. Oliver's face was pale, his lips pressed thin, his eyes darting with fear. Something was off, a dissonance Hartley felt in his bones. Honed by years in war zones where survival depended on reading the unspoken. When Oliver shifted, reaching for a dropped coin, his sleeve rode up, revealing scars on his arm. Fingerprint bruises, fresh and stark, alongside older, faded marks. A map of pain for you, who've sensed danger in a fleeting moment. Perhaps noticing a stranger's unease at a bus stop, a child's fear in a shop, or a situation that screamed wrong. Hartley's alertness might echo a time when your instincts took over, when the world slowed and your heart demanded action. Harris leaned close to Oliver, his whisper sharp, his words carrying to Hartley's trained ears over the band's music. Keep quiet, or you'll regret it. Oliver flinched, his shoulders hunching, and as he turned, more scars became visible. Faint scratches on his wrist, as if from a struggle. A silent cry etched in skin. Hartley's pulse quickened, his mind racing through his training. Signs of abuse, bruises, scars, fear in the eyes. Coercion, tight grip, whispered threats, a child's withdrawal. In Yemen, he'd spotted a trafficked child in a market, his handler's tactics now mirrored in Harris's control. Then, Oliver's eyes met Hartley's, wide and pleading, his small hand moving in a deliberate signal fist to palm. Twice, a gesture Hartley recognized from his training, a distress code taught to children in crisis programs. Help me. It meant a silent scream that pierced the parade's rhythm. The crowd didn't notice, their cheers drowning the moment. But Hartley saw, his heart lurching, his duty clearer than any order. He's not safe, he thought. The boys signal a spark that broke the spell of protocol march in step. Stay silent. Engage only in extremis. Hartley acted, his decision instantaneous, his body moving before his mind could weigh the consequences. He halted mid-step, his boots breaking the parade's rhythm. The guards behind him freezing in confusion, their formation rippling like a wave. The band faltered, the cans trailing off, the crowd's cheers turning to gasps as Hartley stepped out of line, his scarlet tunic a beacon in the morning light. He crossed the parade ground, his bearskin cap steady, his eyes locked on Oliver. Memories surged. Afghanistan, pulling a boy. Sami, from rubble, as mortar shells exploded, his small hand clutching Hartley's, his mother's wail, a sound that still haunted his dreams. Sami's face merged with Oliver's, the boy's signal a call as urgent as any battlefield cry. Hartley reached Harris, his voice a low command, cutting through the crowd's murmurs. Release the child. Harris sneered, his grip tightening, his voice dripping with condescension. Stay in line. Guard, this isn't your concern. But Hartley saw the scars, the fear, the truth in Oliver's signal. It's my duty, he said, his tone unyielding, his body positioned to shield Oliver, his presence a wall against harm. The crowd erupted in whispers, phones raised, tourists capturing the unprecedented moment. A Queen's Guard stopping a royal parade. Videos spread across X. Clips titled, Guard Stops Parade. An hero in scarlet, trending within minutes. Hashtags like Hero Guard and Buckingham Bravery lighting up feeds from London to Leeds. A veteran, Mr. Thomas Brooks, 817, stood among the tourists. His tweed cap tilted, his posture straight from his days in the parachute regiment. He saluted Hartley, his voice gruff but proud. True soldier. That one. The crowd parted as Hartley restrained Harris, his combat training making the man's resistance futile. Oliver slipped behind Hartley, his small hands clutching the guard's tunic, his breath ragged with relief. I saw his scars, Hartley said, his voice steady, his eyes boring into Harris's. Flashbacks play training at Sandhurst, where instructors taught him to spot abuse, bruises in patterns, fear that controls, eyes that beg. Lessons from Yemen, where he'd freed children from captors, his captain's words echoing. Act fast, or you failed them. Harry's eyes flickered, his sneer faltering. But he lunged, aiming a fist at Hartley's chest. Hartley blocked it, his strength restrained, his focus on Oliver's safety. Palace security officer Emma Clark arrived, her boots clicking, her radio crackling. Child in danger at the parade ground. Request immediate police. Emma's green eyes met Hartley's, her nod a silent pact. Her presence a reminder of the team behind him. Police swarmed in, their sirens cutting through the morning air. Officers cuffing Harris as he spat curses, his polished facade crumbling. Oliver clung to Hartley, his voice a whisper. Thank you. Hartley knelt, his bearskin cap towering, his voice gentle, the same tone he'd used with Sami. With orphans in Yemen. You're safe now. Oliver, I've got you. Emma stood nearby, her radio relaying updates, her face lit with respect. You broke every rule. Hartley, and I'm glad, she said, her smile rare but warm. Mr. Brooks clapped, his salute joined by others tourists, pensioners, children. Their applause a wave that echoed off the palace walls. A German family shouted, Danke, hero. A London schoolgirl, her ponytail bouncing, chanted, Guard, for you, who've acted in a crisis. Perhaps pulling someone from danger, speaking up for the voiceless, or standing firm when rules failed. Hartley's courage might recall a moment when you chose heart over protocol, when your instincts became a child's salvation. The videos went viral. X exploding with post. Guard saves boy. And he stopped a parade for a kid. Comments poured in, a chorus of awe, risked his career for a stranger. This is why we trust the guards. Proud to call him ours. A Manchester bus driver tweeted, saw the clip on my break, cheered in the depot. A Cardiff teacher wrote, showing my students this tomorrow, heroism in action. The footage, sharp in the morning light, showed Hartley's halt, his confrontation with Harris, Oliver's small form behind him. The crowd's applause, a roaring tide. Mr. Brooks appeared in one clip, his salute a beacon. His voice clear, true soldier, does what's right. Letters flooded the palace, envelopes bearing stamps from Cornwall to Cumbria. Their words a tapestry of gratitude. A Bristol primary school sent a card, its cover a collage of guards and children. The words, our hero in glitter. A Falklands veteran wrote, served in 82, so mates die for duty. You're one of us. A foster mother from York shared, my boy was like Oliver. Your story gives us hope. Hartley read them in his barracks, his rifle polished beside him, his heart full. The bearskin cap. A silent witness. The palace, moved by the public's response, reviewed its protocols, and within days, new guidelines were drafted. Guards were now trained to act on distress signals. Their ceremonial role expanded to prioritize civilian safety. A shift named Hartley's rule in internal memos. The change was announced quietly, but X lit up. The guards are protectors now. One user posted, echoed thousands of times. A campaign, Spot the Signs, launched in partnership with child protection charities. Its posters displayed at palace gates, tube stations, and schools, featuring a guard silhouette and the words, see the signal, save a life. Hartley spoke at its launch, his voice steady, his scarlet tunic bright under camera flashes. Oliver's signal was a cry we can't ignore. Look, listen, act. The crowd cheered, their signs reading thank you. Hartley, their support a wave that carried the campaign nationwide. For you, who've sparked change perhaps by challenging a policy, inspiring a community, or acting when others stood still. This shift might echo a time when your courage rewrote the rules, when your heart changed the world. Oliver was placed in a foster home in Surrey, his safety ensured by social services. His new parents, Claire and David, sending Hartley a photo of him smiling. Oh, football in his hands, his dark hair free of fear. Oliver wrote, his scroll bold. Dear Mr. Hartley, you're my hero. I play football now and I'm not scared. Thank you for seeing me. From Oliver, Hartley read it by lamplight, his eyes warm, the letter tucked into his pocket. A constant companion on duty. Claire called the palace, her voice soft. He talks about you. Says he wants to march like the guard who saved him. Hartley smiled, his throat tight, the boy's words heavier than any commendation. He returned to duty, the tourists now clapping as he marched. Their respect. A new weight he carried with pride. He trained his peers, sharing lessons from Afghanistan, Yemen, and that June morning, his voice firm, a signal, a look, a bruise, don't wait, move. His mates nodded, their respect deepened by the videos, the letters, the policy shift, their nickname for him. Signal spoken with a grin but rooted in awe. Harry's faced charges of assault and child endangerment. His trial revealing a history of abuse. His doctor's title, a mask for control. His lies collapsing under police evidence. Oliver's story, shared with his foster family's consent, fueled the Spot the Signs campaign. Its reach growing, its message clear. See, act, protect. Charities reported a surge in calls. Children like Oliver finding safety. Their voices heard. Parishes held workshops. Their halls filled with parents learning distress signals. Their vicar citing Hartley. He saw what we miss. Let's be his eyes. Schools taught the feast to palm signal. Their students practicing. Their teachers inspired by the guard who'd stopped a parade. Ex-posts multiplied, with Hero Guard joined by See the Signs. Users sharing stories. Told my school about my dad. Because of Hartley, a Birmingham teen wrote, trained our staff to spot abuse. Thanks to him, a lead social worker posted. A London mural, painted in Camden, showed a guard and a boy. Fist to palm. The words, courage to act in bold. Hartley stood at his post in the quiet of another morning. The palace aglow, its flags snapping in the breeze. Oliver's letter, creased from carrying, rested in his pocket. Its words a steady pulse. I'm not scared. He thought of Sami, of Yemen's orphans, of every child whose fear he'd eased. Tourists passed, their smiles warm, their children waving, their trust a testament to his act. Mr. Brooks visited, his salute a ritual, his stories of the paras a bond with Hartley's own. You're a credit to the uniform, lad, he'd say, his wife. Margaret, adding scones to their chats. Emma, now a friend, shared tea. In the barracks, their plans for a charity march growing. Their goal to fund child protection. The palace, in its timeless splendor, stood as a symbol of tradition, upheld, but also of change, forged by courage. A guard's halt, a boy's signal, a world awakened. For you, who've acted for the vulnerable, perhaps shielding a loved one, mentoring a child, or standing as a beacon. Hartley's story is a call to honor the moments when you saw, acted, and changed a life. When your courage became a signal of hope. What signs would you spot? Hartley's story shows that duty is action, that bravery can stop a parade and start a movement. Share your thoughts. Have you seen a signal? Acted to protect. Subscribe for more stories of heroism and join us in raising awareness. See the signs. Act with courage. Protect with love. Click the bell. Share this with someone who believes in duty. And let's honor the courage that sees, the strength that acts, in a guard's duty that echoes beyond the march.